Hello, I'm teacher Ivan from Wunna Educational Services. I welcome you to our lesson. In this lesson, we shall be looking at vectors. That is O-level mathematics. A vector is defined as a quantity with direction as well as magnitude. Or we can easily define it as a quantity with both direction and magnitude. A vector is represented by a line segment with an arrow which indicates a particular direction. So since we've said that a vector has both direction and magnitude, now the direction is shown by the arrow and the magnitude is shown by the length AB. So the arrow represents the direction and the length AB represent the magnitude, which is denoted by the modulus of AB. We come to algebra of vectors. A vector is represented by a column vector xy. So if we want to present a vector from a point, let's say we have point A, which is -1, 2. The vector from here will be, the column vector will be -1, 2. So the x coordinate goes up and the y coordinate comes down. So that is how we represent a vector in a column way. To add or subtract vectors, we do so, we add or subtract corresponding components. When subtracting or adding vectors, we add or subtract corresponding components, as we shall see in our examples. Example 1 shows that A is -2, -1, and B is for -3. They want us to find A minus B, A plus B, 3A minus 2B, and so on. So we've seen that when adding or subtracting vectors, we do so with corresponding components. This is what we mean. We are adding, we have A as -2, -1, and B as 4, -3. So they want us to find A minus B. So when subtracting A minus B, we shall substitute them with the column vectors. That is for A and this is for B. And then we subtract corresponding components of the vectors. That is to say, shall have -2 minus 4 and then -1 minus -3. That is what we mean by dealing with corresponding components, which gives us -6, then minus is a positive, which gives us a +2. So this will be A minus B. Then the question is also asking for A plus B. Yes, we have A plus B. So we shall do the same, just like we've done in subtraction. A is replaced by its column vector, which is -2, -1, plus B is replaced by 4, -3. And then still we shall add corresponding components, that is -2 plus 4 and then -1 plus -3, which gives us -2 plus 4 is +2, -1 plus -3 is -4. So that gives us A plus B. That is how we add or subtract vectors. Then we also have another part. Let us look at part C. Part C of our first example is asking for 3a minus 2b. So let us do that. 3a minus 2b. This means that before we subtract, we need to first multiply a by 3. So 3 and 2 are what we call scalars. Those are scalars. So this is 3 into a, which is negative 2, negative 1, minus 2 into b, which is 4, negative 3. But the scalars multiply every element of the vector. That is to say, we shall end up with the negative 6, negative 3, minus, this is 8, negative 6. So the 3 multiplies negative 2 and negative 1. Similarly, 2 multiplies 4 and negative 3. So that gives us negative 6 minus 8, and then negative 3 minus 6, which will give us, this is negative 14, and then negative and negative gives us a positive, which reduces the 6 to a positive 3. So that is how we work out 3a minus 2b. Otherwise, I want you to try the fourth and the fifth trial questions. Here we shall first of all add a plus b and then multiply the result by 3. The same applies in this. We first subtract and then multiply the result by a half. Otherwise, you also try number 2, which says that if a equals to 4, 2, and b equals to negative 6, negative 12, then we find a half of a plus 2/3 of b. So these are scalars multiplying a and b. So you also try that, and always please comment with your answers, because this is learning together and we enjoy together. So you shouldn't leave the work to me, but we should share as we enjoy together. Otherwise, that has been the first part of vectors. Please subscribe and hit the bell such that you don't miss out any of our lessons. Otherwise, I hope to see you in our next lesson. I'm teacher Ivan from Wuuna Educational Services. Please, we have very many platforms. Go to our channels and subscribe to those channels. You can also go to homepage. As you scroll down, you'll find those channels. Subscribe to them, and we enjoy learning together.